A dangerous foodborne infection is spreading across the United States. Cyclosporiasis is an intestinal illness caused by a microscopic parasite. And cases do usually increase during the summer. However, this year, the numbers are skyrocketing. The Centers for Disease Control saying it's aware of nearly 7,000 confirmed or potential cases, suspected cases, in now 34 states. Look at your map. Look how much of the country this covers. But many of the cases are still in Michigan, which is what we've been watching for over a week. The CDC is working on identifying exactly what's causing the outbreak. Where did it start? How did it start? In focus with me now, Gwen Biggerstaff, CDC Deputy Director of Foodborne Illnesses. Thank you so very much for being in focus. First of all, we know some of the details, and on the West Coast at this hour, it's breakfast. So we're going to be as delicate as we can be, but what should people know about this particular infectious disease?
Yeah, thanks very much for having me on today. I think the thing that we'd like to make sure people are aware of is that cyclosporiasis, as you said, is a gastrointestinal illness that's often acquired after someone consumes or eats food or water that's been contaminated with that microscopic parasite. It's often from fresh produce that has been improperly washed or cooked. And so we have a lot of information on our website about how people can prepare their food more safely to reduce their risk. We also have a lot of information on our website about the investigation that's going on. I know you just mentioned some of those details, so that people can stay informed about what we know and how they can keep their families safe.
Well, look, one of the things that I'm sure people are seeing online, that the symptoms of this are horrific and can go on for some time. Again, delicate for the coast that may be having breakfast, but necessary for everybody to know. If you think you have this, how serious is it?
Yeah, so while many people who contract cyclospora, who are infected with that, they do recover without having to seek care. For the people who are sick, they do feel quite unwell, like you said, diarrhea, nausea, cramping, those types of things. So if you're experiencing those symptoms, we really want to encourage people to go to their doctor and talk to them about their symptoms and ask specifically about if it could be cyclospora. The doctor might have to do a different kind of test or request a specific test to make sure someone is tested for that. And it can help guide the treatment so that the doctor and the person who is sick can have a conversation about what the best treatment is to help them feel better quickly.
What are the top 2 or 3 treatment items or options? And I know antibiotics are in there. Which antibiotic?
Yeah, so Bactrim is normally the first treatment of choice. But again, I would encourage people to speak with their physicians, certainly if there are any questions about that kind of medication. But the good news is that there are treatments available and readily available to physicians to talk to their patients about.
All right, just to get it right, you said Bactrim is
Yes.
What kind of a medication is that?
It's an antibiotic, just like you said.
So you're taking it orally. You don't have to be in a doctor's office, but you need a prescription. The reason I ask that is because as these cases balloon, and now you've got a suspected over 5,000 of them, people may not head to their doctors as readily. They'll say, well, what did the neighbor take? I mean, we're human beings, so that's how we operate sometimes. I want to give you the last word on where your real concern is now. Is it lettuce? Because now it's becoming everything that we wash.
Yeah, so I appreciate the question because I think it's really important for people to be able to eat the foods they enjoy and to eat a healthy diet. So what I would recommend is that people continue to look at our websites. We're working really closely with our state partners. I know you mentioned Michigan earlier, and FDA. We hope to have more information about a specific source of these illnesses very soon, and we anticipate that we'll be able to share that information on our websites, again, very soon. So we're working really hard on these investigations. We're making progress, and I'd encourage everyone to keep an eye on those food safety alerts, on those outbreak investigation updates, so that they can stay informed and keep their families safe.
All right, we have the website at the bottom of the screen most of the time that you were talking. Thank you, the Deputy Director of the CDC, with me now. Appreciate your time and your expertise.
Thanks so much.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.